Hey, this is Coach Larry Wade, IBL Champions. Hey, I train professional boxers, and you with Sauce Talk Podcast. You don't want to miss anything that he puts on you.
Appreciate you, champ. You know the vibes.
The news by Shanewz. We sticking with the "it's cool when they do it, it's a problem when I do it" segment. The news by Shanewz, man. You know, we're gonna stick to the "it's cool when they do it," right? So when I drop this video, it'll take off. Trust and believe that. So Eddie Hearn has came out and shot down the notion of a possible fight with Boots Ennis and Brian Norman, saying that the father of Brian Norman Jr. has been doing a lot of capping and clout chasing. Here is my thoughts on that, right? When you look at the situation, right, you see a fighter in Brian Norman Jr. who recently won a big time fight, was elevated to champion status now that Terrence Crawford is up in 154, right? So you have to ask yourself, shout out to OGP, Toprank now has a champion in Brian Norman Jr. Are they willing to sacrifice him this fast? And when I say sacrifice, I mean throw him away or have him do his thing with them, number one. But the most important fact in this that nobody is really speaking on, and I'm going to speak on from the news by Shanewz perspective, media, marketing, management, consulting services, that Boots Ennis just signed a lucrative deal with Matchroom, where he was paid upwards of $3+ million for a fight. So Boots Ennis is looking at some sort of a contract where he's going to be probably making that type of money every fight, or damn near close to it. Whereas Brian Norman Jr. isn't. Hopefully y'all caught that source. So when they was talking about this fight being made, I put out a little bit of content, but I also didn't go too far jumping off the bridge like many others. This is why. Because if you know what you're watching and you know what is unfolding, it's a good fight for who? The YouTube audience, the thirsty clickbaiters, the guys who are what I like to call YouTube advisors, YouTube consultants, guys like that. But for the guys that's actually in the field, attempting to be in the field, talking to people in the field, you would have knew. But shout out to both parties. Brian Norman is a champion. Boots Ennis is a champion. Maybe one day, Brian Norman can get a sort of a deal like Boots has. Like Boots. If I could be like Boots, I wanna be like Boots, like Boots. If I could be like Boots. This is the Source Experience. The news by Shanewz. You do have options. Serious inquiries only. Got it.
You hear everything that Brian Norman Sr. or his dad is saying, and none of it really makes sense. Like if this is a really simple situation. The first offer that was made to Brian Norman was nicely over $1 million. They said that they felt that, not insulting, but was nowhere near. We've made 2 more offers, $250,000 every time now, to levels that Brian Norman will never see. And it's like, we keep getting told we're close, then we go back and make another offer, and then we're told by his team that we're actually not that close. And I start to think, Brian Norman, do you want this fight, or are you clout chasing, or as the others might say over here, cap, or whatever it is?
I'm not sure that works, but
I'm not sure it is either. But it's like, do you want to be great, Brian Norman? Like, not being funny. Who is Brian Norman? I know Brian Norman's a good fighter, but no one knows who Brian Norman is. We're giving you a bucket load of money, and an opportunity for you to unify the division against, in my opinion, one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Now, you say Boots is overrated. You say he's not the bogeyman. Then why wouldn't you take this bucket load of money to prove that you're the best welterweight in the world? So let's just stop with the interviews online. We've gone back 3 times now with more money, to a point, like, with all due respect to Brian Norman, he shouldn't be making this kind of money. But we're ready and we're prepared to pay him it. And then we get told, oh, you're miles off. It's like, we just saw an interview with this guy saying we're right close. We've just gone back with another $250,000, and now you're telling us we're miles away. So I don't believe the bullshit of Brian Norman and the team. If you want the fight, you would have taken the fight. And now, we're in a situation where the IBF, which is absolute...
Sometimes I feel that he is me, like Sauce. If I could be like Sauce, I wanna be like Sauce, like Sauce. If I could be like Sauce, Shanewz Boxing, media, marketing, management, consulting services, serious inquiries only, like Sauce. If I could be like Sauce.
That's how you do it.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuna with Laura. I'm a Toprank knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.